All right, let's dive in. In the incredibly fast world of e-commerce, there's one role that has become absolutely essential to success: the business analyst. Today, we're going to break down how this role is really the architect of the entire digital storefront. Think about it. The way we shop has totally changed. We're in this high-speed digital space where literally every single click, every purchase, every review can be the difference between success and failure. The stakes have never been higher. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. A business analyst, or BA, in e-commerce isn't just some documenter sitting on the sidelines. No way. They are the architect of the digital customer experience, designing the very blueprint for how you and I interact with a brand online. So let's really get into what this digital architect role is all about. But before any great architect can start building, they have to understand the land they're building on. So first, we've got to get a handle on the key trends shaping the e-commerce landscape right now. First up, the old one-size-fits-all website? Yeah, that's over. It's a relic. Today, it's all about personalization, using AI to create a unique, one-of-a-kind experience for every single customer who shows up. And this is where the BA role has really evolved. You're not just writing user stories anymore. You're defining the logic for recommendation engines. You're in there collaborating with data scientists on AI, and you're making sure that the site dynamically changes to make every customer feel like it was built just for them. Okay, next is a huge trend you're probably hearing about everywhere: headless commerce. Now, it sounds a little complicated, but the idea is actually pretty simple. It's all about decoupling the head. That's the pretty front end the customer sees, like the website, from the body, the back-end systems doing all the heavy lifting with orders and inventory. So with a traditional platform, everything's kind of bundled together. But with a headless approach, they're separate. What does that mean? Well, it means one powerful backend can run the website, a mobile app, even a smart speaker storefront all at the same time. For you, the BA, this is a massive shift. Your focus moves away from just one platform to the APIs, the glue that holds all these different experiences together. And that flexibility leads us right into our third trend: the omni-channel experience. Customers just don't shop in one place anymore, right? We browse on our laptops, we might go check something out in a physical store, and then buy it on our phone. And we expect that whole journey to be seamless. Here, the BA becomes a kind of journey mapper, bridging that gap between the digital and physical worlds. You're the one figuring out the nuts and bolts of buy online, pick up in store, or how to make returning an online order in a real store a smooth, frustration-free experience. Okay, so we've seen the landscape, it's complex, it's fast-paced. So how do you actually succeed in it? Let's talk about mastering the BA toolkit. First things first, and this is a big one. In e-commerce, data tells the entire story. You have to be data obsessed. It's not enough to just gather requirements. You need to be fluent in the language of key metrics. Honestly, this part is non-negotiable. We're talking about core metrics like customer lifetime value, average order value, and customer acquisition cost. Understanding these is absolutely vital. This is the language you'll use to walk into a room with stakeholders and justify why a new feature is worth building and prove its impact. The second tool in your kit: a complete end-to-end view of the customer journey. Your analysis can't just stop when someone smashes that buy button. You have to understand the whole life cycle, from the very first spark of an idea to what happens long after the package arrives. Let's walk through it. It begins with discovery. How do they even find you? Then comes consideration. What info do they need to make a decision? Then, of course, the purchase itself. And here's the crucial part many forget: the post-purchase experience: tracking, customer service, returns. When you map this whole thing out, that's where you find the real pain points and the biggest opportunities. And our final tool is all about taking the guesswork out of the equation. In e-commerce, you don't have to guess what customers want. You can test it. A/B testing is an incredibly powerful way to compare two versions of something to see which one actually works better with real live users. Let's use a super simple example. Should the button say buy now or add to cart? Instead of having a long debate about it in a meeting, you just test both. The BA's role here is to form a clear hypothesis, define what success looks like, and then analyze the results. You're validating every single assumption with cold, hard data. So when you pull all of this together, Understanding the landscape, using the right tools, you're doing more than just your job. You're building the future of retail. And the impact you can have is just massive. A great e-commerce BA doesn't just deliver projects. They actively drive revenue, they improve customer satisfaction, and yeah, they are building the digital storefront of tomorrow. When you focus on these trends and practices, the value you add to the business is immense and undeniable.
At the end of the day, the role of the business analyst in e-commerce is more strategic, more creative, and more vital than it has ever been. So now the blueprint is in your hands. The only question left is, what are you going to build next?